Imagine the serenity of a Jedi in meditation, seeking balance and harmony. The Force flows freely, unhindered, guiding every thought and action. In this state of peace, the Jedi can access their full potential, making wise and compassionate decisions. Calmness and tranquility are fundamental to keeping the mind open and receptive to the Force. When we are balanced, we become powerful channels for this universal energy. Now imagine the opposite scenario: the confusion of a battle where fear and anxiety dominate. The Force, which used to be an ally, becomes a chaotic and uncontrolled force. The anxious mind loses its capacity for discernment and becomes vulnerable to negative influences. In the midst of chaos, negative emotions are amplified, obscuring the wisdom and clarity that the Force provides. This state of despair can lead to impulsive and destructive actions. In the Star Wars saga, we see characters who, in moments of great anxiety and fear, allow themselves to be seduced by the dark side. Anakin Skywalker is the most notorious example. His transformation from hero to villain is driven by his uncontrolled emotions and his inability to deal with anxiety. Anakin, consumed by the fear of losing his loved ones, allows his anxiety to drive him to seek power at any cost. His journey is a powerful reminder of how a lack of emotional control can lead us down a dark path. Anxiety can cloud our judgment, causing us to make hasty and thoughtless decisions. Instead of seeking peace and balance, we give in to anger and despair. When Anakin feels betrayed and misunderstood, his anxiety turns into anger at those he loves. Obi-Wan Kenobi, his mentor and friend, tries to guide him back to the path of light, but Anakin's anxiety has already taken him too far. This dynamic between master and apprentice shows how anxiety can corrupt even the strongest bonds. And this doesn't just happen in a galaxy far, far away. In our daily lives, anxiety can lead us to act in ways that don't match our values. We can become impatient, irritable, and even hostile towards those around us. Stressful situations at work, academic pressures, or personal challenges can trigger anxious reactions. The way we deal with these situations determines whether we stick to the light side or drift to the dark side. But like the Jedi, we can also learn to control our emotions. Breathing techniques, meditation, and mindfulness are powerful tools that help us calm our minds and find our center. Regular practice of these techniques can transform our response to stress and anxiety. Instead of reacting impulsively, we learn to pause, breathe, and respond in a more balanced way. This mental training is essential for maintaining the connection with the Force in our daily lives. Remember Master Yoda's wise advice: fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hatred. Hatred leads to suffering. These words are not just a lesson for the Jedi, but for all of us. Yoda deeply understands human nature and the emotional pitfalls we face. His advice is a valuable guide to navigating life's emotional complexities. Recognizing and facing our fears is the first step to avoiding the dark path. We see another example with Luke Skywalker, who, despite the advice of Yoda and Obi-Wan, rashly leaves Dagobah to confront Darth Vader. Luke's anxiety to save his friends leads him to ignore the wisdom of his masters, putting himself in great danger. This impulsive act almost costs him and his friends. The lesson here is clear. Anxiety can make us act before we are ready, leading to consequences that could have been avoided with patience and calm. Finding ways to reduce anxiety is essential. Physical activity, connecting with nature, and leisure time are key to maintaining balance. Physical exercise releases endorphins, helping to reduce stress and improve mood. Spending time in nature can provide a sense of peace and renewal. Incorporating these practices into our daily routine helps us to keep our minds clear and focused, avoiding the trap of the dark side. The Force is always there, waiting to be tapped into. It's up to us to choose how we connect with it. We can let anxiety overwhelm us and fall into the dark side, or we can learn to deal with our fears and find inner peace. The choice is ours: to follow the path of light, cultivating peace and wisdom, or to succumb to darkness, dominated by anxiety and fear. May we, like the Jedi, always seek balance and serenity, even in the most challenging moments. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content on how to access the Force in your daily life. May the Force be with you.